So good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Let me check first with the audio. Is everyone is able to hear me? Please put your messages in the chat box. All right. Okay, let's start with the session. Very good morning, good evening, everyone, and a warm welcome to today's masterclass titled Not Just HR: How to Build a Career in People, Culture, and Experience. I myself, Manu Sharma, and it's my privilege to host this session on behalf of the Center for Distance and Online Education at lovely Professional University. From behalf of CDOE, we are committed to bringing up you impactful learning experiences that empower your career growth and help you navigate the evolving professional landscape. So today's masterclass objectives will be exploring the evolving landscape of HR beyond the traditional functions, learn how to build a career in people, culture, and employee experience, understand how leadership, culture, and talent strategy drive organizational success. You will be gaining a practical insights into setting up HR systems from scratch and modernizing legacy and practices. This session will be bridging up a gap between academic theory and real world workplace realities through interactive learnings. Now, I would like to take my pleasure to introduce a distinguished resource person for today's masterclass, Mr. Aakash Khosla, a seasoned strategic HR leader with over a decade of diverse experience across industries, ranging from dynamic startups to established global enterprises. Currently serving as a Senior Associate Director of Human Resources at Insurance Dekho, Mr. Akash has led one of the company's fastest growing verticals, driving innovative people, strategies, and culture transformations. His impressive journey also includes being the Chief People Officer at My Trident, where he spearheaded a complete HR transformation and valuable stints at Godrej, Genpact, and Think and Learn, where he gained deep expertise in managing hyper-growth environments and designing effective people systems. Known for his authenticity and engaging style, he's passionate about bridging the gap between academic theory and real world business challenges, which makes him an inspiring mentor and speaker. He holds an MBA in human resource from Ford School of Management and is dedicated to nurturing the next generation of leaders in people and business management. But before I call up to a resource person, as a host, I would like to ask a one question to everyone that is present in the session. So you can see a poll on your screen. Which Bollywood movie or TV show best represents your idea of workplace culture? So choose wisely. It's funny because and it won't be that much, like we can say it is struggling question. No, you will be having a lot of good options over here. Three Idiots, Guru, Rocket Singh, Band Baja Barat, and Office Office. If you remember this TV show, the Office Office. So let's see how many of people have chosen according to the TV show or a Bollywood movie that represents your work culture, workplace culture. All right. I can see a very good number of answers for one particular option. And I would love to hear up your answers why you have chosen this particular option for this. All right. Okay, so I'm ending up the poll and let's share the results and let's see what answers you have given. And you can see the answers over your screen that you have chosen three idiots. That means you want to have an innovative, student centered, and challenging the status quo kind of work culture. Okay. Some 8% of the students have taken Guru as their ideal place for the work culture, Rocket saying, because it's hardworking and ethical workplace, honest workplace. Okay. Band Vacha Bharat for the dynamic, fast paced, and creative. Okay. And the last one, very only 2%. 1% has taken the office as the workplace culture idea that is humorous that take on bureaucracy and office politics. Okay. So students, you can tell me what exactly is the reason to choose three idiots specifically. You can share your answers over the WhatsApp chat, sorry, the chat of the Zoom. All right. So with this question and no further ado, I would warmly invite the resource person, Mr. Aakash Khosla, to take it forward and lead us through this exciting masterclass. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the warm welcome. Am I audible to you?
Yes, sir.
Perfect, perfect. I will just share my screen so that we have a better context as to what we are going to learn, unlearn, and relearn. Just give me a second. Right. Is my screen visible?
Exactly. Yes, it is visible.
Right, just give me a second. All right. It's clearly visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Great. All right. Uh, so, interesting choice of the movie, which is Three Idiots. Rocket Singh again. I like the thought process of the group, which is first challenging the status quo, then ethical, and then student centric. So I think these are values that really shape up our future, and the pedigree that you guys are currently having. Having said that, not just HR, how to build a career in people, culture, and experience. This is what the masterclass is all about. And before we begin, like the host warmly introduced, I will just move to the next slide. Just a second. All right. A brief introduction about me. I have 10 years of experience and 10 plus years of experience. I worked with global MNCs like Genpact. I have worked with Indian conglomerates like Godrej. I have built startups, my Trident, currently building a startup by the name of Insurance Dekho. Uh, So the diverse experience that I've had of working in processes, in companies where the processes are really lean, to building everything from the scratch. I have all that experience. And with the years of experience that I gained, I've also been awarded the Economic Times HR Emerging Leader Award last year. And prior to my MBA, I was working as a radio jockey with one of the FM channels in north of India. This was the background, this was the past. My passion for people and culture. See, people and culture is technically just not a job. It's basically empowering people, right? It's your calling to empower people, to transform organizations. You craft the culture of any organization that you are a part of. You anticipate change and then you influence decision making. These are the passions that have really driven me to where I see my career unfolding. And we'll talk a lot about detail. I understand that currently majority of the people on this call are uh, beginners, learners. They have just started their career in terms of getting educated. And post your education, there will be uh, the entire corporate, jargon that we call as your corporate life starts once you begin your journey after your graduation, post graduation, whatever education that you are pursuing right now. But before I start, before my next slide, which is typically on what HR is, I want to understand from this group. When I say HR, what are the one, two, three things that come at the top of your mind? I just want to understand from this lot. You can put it in the chat box. That'll help me understand. When I say HR, what is it that comes to your mind first? All right. If I will repeat myself, when I say HR, okay, sort of they say is employee, employer, engagement. Interesting. Engagement is a key word over here. Team building. All right. Human resource, train the team. Interesting. Training, employee relations, workplace. I think Tanisha is right on point here. She's pointed out three things which actually are the core of what the HR is, right? Training, employee talent acquisition, training and development, DEI and values. Absolutely right, Shruti. You seem to have some knowledge. Problem solving, yes, that's correct too. Employee performance, right? I'll just give a minute more. If there are thoughts that are coming in your mind, you may write them down. Maintaining the challenges of the employee. So typically, you mean solving the challenges of the employee. I would not want to maintain the challenges. I would want to solve the challenges. Rapport with the employees. HR represents a manager who takes us some part of the workforce. Way to communicate with people. Important. Interesting. I think the session that I have lined up for all of you is really going to be an eye opener because of simple fact, right? It is going to teach you a lot. You are going to have a broader spectrum when it comes to seeing HR as a career. Okay, I have even more responses. It's good you guys are participating. HR represents as a manager who takes as some part of the workforce, way to communicate with people, important. motivation and helping, developer giving the answer to employee by a positive way, maybe a person who chose right person for a work. Absolutely right, Nazia. I think you have called the shots at 100% accuracy. I need to hire right person for the right work leverage. Great guys. I think recruitment and hiring. That's right. That's what we were emphasizing on. Super. I believe I have my responses now, and we move ahead. Great. So now I have known you, your thoughts. You know who I am. We move forward. Okay. Let's. Okay. All right. You see something on the screen, right? I assume that on this call, everyone who's probably been a part of this session or wants to be a part of this session does see a future in HR for themselves, right? And that's why I call it your future in HR. It's impact, innovation, and growth, right? And rightly said, innovation. The Three Idiots movie that was chosen by majority of the people, 17 of the people who chose Three Idiots as a movie, one of the values of the movie was innovation, right? And that becomes the key. Why do I say future in HR? It's very simple. Up till I would say 2005 or 2010, let's say 2010, HR was more into a transactional role or an admin role. Okay, you need to forget those old notions. HR has transformed into people and culture. From admin, we have transformed into people and culture. All right. Sheikh Maulana asks me, what is the meaning of innovation, sir? See, Sheikh, to do a task, right? To do a task, please understand there are ways to do it. Okay. People, when cars were not invented, when wheel was not invented, people started walking far distances, long distances. Then there was an innovation. What was that innovation? The wheel was invented. Cars came into the picture. Similarly, we used to write letters. Innovation started. People started using mobile phones. Initially, there were pagers, then mobile phones. To solve any problem, if there is a quick, smart way, that's an innovation. All right. Does that answer? All right. All right. So innovation is doing a specific task differently in a more efficient manner. And Sheikh, I really appreciate it. And this is for all the participants on the call, all the 32 participants on the call. Whatever your questions are, you know, please ask them right there. We will have a Q&A at the end of the session, but start asking your questions. That's how you learn things. Okay. Now, let's compare what was HR in the past and what is HR currently doing and what is the future of HR. HR in the past used to focus on rules and compliances. Employees were just resources. The system, the entire system was rigid and bureaucratic. All right. It's not that HR is not doing these things. HR is still doing these things, but it has taken the game to the next level. Now it's a people and culture power. And when I say culture, when I say people, see, think about your house. Think about the family that you stay with. The culture at your home, is it the same as the culture at your friend's home? There might be rules and regulations that are there at your house, which are not there at your friend's house. right? Whenever we visit any of our friends, whenever we visit any of the places, restaurants, every restaurant has a different culture. Every household has a different culture. Some are good, some not so good. For an HR, it's important that if you are a part of an organization, it's very, very important to have a people centric approach. You need to have a positive culture, all right? You need to design human centric experiences. When I say human centric experiences, I can have so many policies in a company, but are those policies making my employees happy? Maybe not, right? You build a community and a sense of belongingness. You drive well being and growth. A lot of companies these days are investing in the mental well being, in the health part of an employee. Last, again, fostering innovation. See, it's just not a name change, right? It's a fundamental reimagining of the employee experiences. You shape policies and you impact lives. Okay? I see a couple of, does introvert can become a HR? Will it be possible? Absolutely. See, I know so many introverts who've become some fantastic HR leaders, Khwaja, right? It's being an extrovert or an introvert, it does not matter. What matters is your willingness to change something. If I step into a room and I don't feel things are not right, I will make them right. It does not relate to me being an introvert or an extrovert, right? You getting things done and you making things right is what is an HR leader needs to do. And for that to happen, you don't need to be an extrovert or an introvert. And that's a very honest question that you have asked, Khwaja. And I really appreciate you asking these questions. And I'll encourage people on this call to keep asking these interesting questions, right? And because, see, maybe to a lot of you, the slides or the content on the slides, you might not understand it. I will try to explain it in a layman's language. I will try to explain it to you as if I'm explaining it to myself in college, right? So if you have questions, please start shooting them. Moving on to the next slide. Like I said, HR evolution from admin to strategic impact. The landscape of work has dramatically shifted, all right, and so has people and culture. To a lot of you on the call, if I were to go through the comments, I see people relating HR to employee well being, policies, hiring, strategy. None of you wrote culture, none of you wrote people, right? And it's not your fault. That's how the perception is. That's how the perception in India is. Outside India, and I've worked in global roles as well. Outside India, it's absolutely different. HR is not there to just engage people or conduct games. HR is not there for that. It is there to impact really, really meaningful things. I have another question. Question can't build without answer, but we take time to find answer. Am I right? Okay, I'll shake. I'll try to understand what you've written. Question can't build without answer, but we take time to find. I didn't understand it, but whatever I understand, I'm going to answer, Sheikh. You can take as much time to find an answer. Find the answer, right? Yeah. You can take as much time to find the answer, but the question needs to be in the right direction. All right. And we'll come to this part of your question in the coming slide, Shay. So, coming back, forget the old administrative stereotypes. Today's people and culture professionals are at the strategic core of every successful organization. Every successful organization that you see, every successful organization that you see is because of the culture and people that is there. All right. You tell me the best organizations you feel have the greatest culture. Put it on the chat box. You feel the culture is the best of that organization. It can be an Indian organization, it can be an international organization. I want to understand what is your definition, or sitting from pursuing a course, what do you understand about organizations? I want to understand. It can be any organization. I'll give it 30 seconds. If you want to mention, you can mention, or else we'll move forward. According to you, what are the top organizations with the best culture? That's the question. I'll wait for 30 seconds. If there are no responses, we move forward. That's fine. BNI. All right. Let's wait for another 15 seconds. All right. Oiska. All right. It's a Japanese company. I'm surprised no one has mentioned Google. I'm surprised no one has mentioned Tata, Melinda Gates. Yeah. All right. So I get a sense of the understanding of culture at this point in time, because see, as when I was a student and I used to attend these sessions, although I used to have an iPhone, but I never knew which is the company that made iPhone. Maybe Apple. Apple made iPhone. But what was the culture at Apple? I might not know, because we don't know, right? What we love is the product. So if a lot of you are not answering, okay, so Ratan Tata sir, OG, okay, I like that, Mohit. It's typical Gen Z language, original gangster. They have the best culture but don't know what is happening now. All right. See, I think you're right to an extent, because Tata, and I have mentioned Tata in my coming slides as well. Tata is one of the organizations. If people get into it, they don't leave it. All right. It's more like working in a family environment. That's what Tata is. Coming back, right? People and culture. So, what does HR do? HR transforms people and culture of an organization. If HR does the job correctly, what is the outcome? 25% more connected the teams are. You build purpose driven culture where everyone feels aligned and engaged, everyone feels happy coming to work. Innovation and growth, three times. You understand, people and culture can fuel breakthrough ideas driving market success. And the best part, good people will never leave. That's the best part of being in this job. And I can relate with my own example. If I were, if I were to think about my 10 years journey, it gives me real pleasure to see how many lives I have transformed, how many people I have promoted, how many people have grown when I was the HR, right? These are the things that you really feel good about. You might be entering into any field, any domain, but at the end of the day, if you can make that real difference, that is what matters at the end. I hope you understand the point. Now, the word modern HR, that's what I call it. It's modern HR. It's not old HR. Old HR was there to just play games, to just make sure there are documents collected on time, documents are kept together, all the processes are followed, all the policies are followed. That was old HR. For me, this was modern HR. Modern HR is about making a great difference in people's lives and directly contributing to a company's success. It's where you actively shape the employee experience and drive org growth. All right. Here are the key areas where the modern HR will make a real impact. So, if you choose a career in HR, how will you make an impact? I know a lot of your questions are, sir, you are saying if you make a career, how do I make a career? Don't worry, I will cover that part also. Okay. So, how do you make that real impact? You are crafting unforgettable employee journeys. You are designing digital first experiences. It is important to understand. If I think about when Facebook was launched, it used to take a lot of time to create a profile. All right. Now, if I were to create a profile at Swiggy or Zomato, it takes literally 30 seconds. Why? Because the digitization has gone to next level. So, can I take that digitization and put it in employee experiences? The answer is yes. You design digital first experiences from day one to long term growth. You build personalized career paths. So, if I'm working in a company, in an organization, I will have salespeople, I will have finance people, I will have tech people, I will have product people, I will have legal people, I will have learning and development people. It is very important for me to create a career path. Okay. It is very, very important for me to create a career path for everyone. Okay. I have a question. Will AI affect the HR process or just HR in general in the future? I think Shania, Shania Parveen. That's a very, very interesting questions. Guys, AI will change the HR process. And there is a lot of talk about will AI take my job? Will people get less jobs? AI will only take jobs of people who do not know how to use AI. I hope that answers the question. I have been a part of an organization where we are using AI for the past 2 years now. And not everyone knows how to use AI. Everyone is aware that ChatGPT is there. You use ChatGPT once, twice, sometimes when there are assignments you have to submit or when there are answers that you will have to answer. You use ChatGPT. My suggestion to everyone present on this call is, and this is not related to HR process or just HR in general. It's for your own good. You start using AI tools. The better you become at using AI tools, you are above the rest of the world or your peers. So it is not AI which is going to take jobs. It is people who do not use AI. Hardik says AI is for actually help to make our work easy, not taking out our job. Absolutely right, Hardik. And Shania, coming back to your question, will AI affect the HR process or just HR in general? Absolutely. AI has made things easy for us. Absolutely, we hire Monica. In HR, you hire transgenders. It's absolutely fine. It's a third gender. That's fine. I think what really matters is you knowing what to do, when to do, and your subject knowledge. Are you good at handling people? Are you good at communication? Are you good at giving comfort to people? All these things does not ever see gender. Sir, can I take growth in HR through distance MBA? Absolutely. Absolutely. The best part of getting into HR through distance MBA, and I have a team of 25 people here. My top three people, out of those top three, two are through distance MBA. My suggestion to everyone on the call is if you really want to get into HR, start with recruitment, right? You enter recruitment, and after you enter recruitment, you get into HRBP, which is HR business partnering. And I have covered that in my future slides. I have another question from Sheikh Molana. What are the disadvantages of using AI? I don't think there are any disadvantages in an organization. Obviously, people are using AI to run a lot of scams. All right, that there are deep fake videos that are getting generated, right? All of this, all of this is basically bad. But in an organization, there are no disadvantages of using AI. All right. So, guys, I really appreciate these questions coming. Lack of skills will take our job, not AI chat GPT, Meta AI Gemini using multiple AI tools makes proficient. Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think, Hardik, you've hit the ball out of the park here. How you use tools and how many tools you use, that is very important. Coming back to our topic, you build thriving and inclusive cultures, right? Now, inclusive cultures, when I say inclusivity, inclusivity means hiring transgenders, hiring more of females, having the perfect balance of male is to female in an organization. Okay? You champion total well being. So, mental well being, health well being, this is what modern HR does. You develop tomorrow's leaders and talent. You shape authentic and inclusive leadership. So, you are shaping people. Okay? Please understand modern HR is very, very smart. So if you think you are smart, trust me, you can be in HR. All right. I do have one point, global demand. All right. I don't understand what global demand means in this context, but I think what Veena is trying to say is uh, globally, there's a lot of demand for the AI tools to be used at the right time. That's what she means. Yeah, there was another. All right. Now, very interesting topic that we are coming to. See, HR is what? Human resources. All right. What are human beings? Human beings are people. Okay. When people say that, AI will take my job, AI will take HR's job, or how will AI change? AI can do anything and everything, but AI can never understand human emotions. All right. I may have a robo talking to an employee and solving problems. What are the policies? What is the holiday policy? What is the leave policy? Robo will tell everything. But if my employee has lost his parents, or if my employee met with an accident and he's in pain, will the AI understand? It will not. And hence, it becomes very important to become a modern HR. Please understand. Guys, people are not resources, they are the experience. Top companies in the world who people want to get into. like Tata, like Google, it is very, very important to understand what is it that they do differently. They change how an individual feels, experiences. All right. In any field, communication. Hardik says in any field, communication is important and being interactive with people. So if I'm introvert, how can I achieve success in that field? Oh, wonderful question. So Hardik, your question is in any field, communication is important and being interactive with people. So if I'm introvert, how can I achieve success in my field? See, Hardik, it's very important for you to understand being extrovert and having good communication skills, it's not important. What is an extrovert? Extrovert is someone who can talk freely in front of people. I might be an extrovert. I might go to someone's house and start talking loudly and start talking about everything. Does it mean I'm communicating? No. Communication and being an extrovert and introvert are two different things. As an introvert, if there is a point to make, and see, once you start working in an organization, you will understand what I'm saying. If I ask Hardik to do some task and he's an introvert, Hardik does that task. Hardik completes that assignment. Now, if I ask Hardik, this assignment was really good. How did you solve this question? How did you solve this problem? Hardik, you will answer me. But it doesn't matter you are an introvert or an extrovert. You know the answer because you answered it. So you will tell me, sir, this is how I answered. Introvert can be very shy. They cannot say things. But when you need to answer, you say things correctly. So genuinely, it does not matter if you're an extrovert or an introvert. What matters are how you are imparting your knowledge to others, how you are communicating. I might not be able to say in front of 10 people, but when I am asked, I will answer the question correctly. That's what you need to think. All right. So people are not resources, they are the experience. So this is the core philosophy driving modern HR transformation. This mindset shift changes everything about how we approach workplace culture and employee engagement. It focuses a lot on how good an environment you can make. All right, I have, Shania says, it's like AI can do anything, but showing empathy or sympathy towards people is where it draws the line. And that's what people need to understand that AI won't help you emotionally or even mentally too, I guess. Absolutely right, Shania. Nazia says, there are almost many companies who hire only experienced people. So, according to you, what experience should we have to take first? Okay, so Nazia, I'm going to give a very interesting answer. Yes, a lot of people or a lot of organizations want to hire experienced people. Okay, but same organizations hire freshers also. When an organization is hiring freshers, it is only looking at two things, and that is not your subject, right? That is not your subject that we are looking at. We are looking at your attitude and your willingness to work hard. If we see that, we hire you. It's as simple as that. So, to answer your question, what experience should we take? Get into any field, get into recruitment, do your work diligently, honestly, ethically, and with 100% dedication. You do it for 3 months, everyone will notice. Once people notice attitude, that's where you get into the good books. That's where people will bet on you. That's where organizations will say, this is a very hardworking person. I want to invest in that person. Let's take care of this person. All right. So it's important for you to grab onto any opportunity. And in HR, I said get into recruitment. That's the easiest part you can get into. Get into recruitment. In recruitment, what you're doing is you are picking up the phone, calling people that this is the vacancy that we have. Can you join us? Or are you interested to join us? This is what the role needs to do. This is everything that you have to do. Will you be able to do it? If you get confidence, you pick up that person, send it to the interviewer. Interviewer likes that person is hired, and here Nazia has closed one position. Similarly, you close 10 positions, you become a rock star. That she's a very hardworking person. I give her these many positions, she's closing all these positions. Once you are hardworking, you spend 2 years in recruitment, then you can move into different HR domain. All right. So get any job, but do the tasks diligently. And guys, in the first 5 years of your career, do not ever think about work life balance. If you really want to make a good career for yourself, you have to go beyond the normal. Normal, everyone will do. You have to go beyond the normal. All right. Khwaja says, sir, can I get government jobs for HR person? Absolutely. There is a website by the name of Free Jobs Alert. Free Jobs Alert website. You go on to that. There are all the government jobs listed in every department, every domain. Hardik says, so main thing is whether you able to do assigned tasks. Absolutely, Hardik. And Hardik, I realized this when I was in probably my third year of career. That how can I be different from others if I am into so if I am in HR, there are 50 more HR. How can I be different? I can only be different if I give my 200%, I do work diligently, and the management can trust me. And how will the trust happen? That he will not take uninformed leaves. He will not be absent from work. That's the confidence you need to build. And once you build that confidence, even if I need a leave for 10 days, I will go and ask now, right? Because I have created that brand value for myself. That everyone knows that he will get the work done. I see a lot of newcomers, and these are all Gen Z people who are coming in. They want to come at 10 o'clock, leave at 5:30. But my dear friend, that's not how you will be successful in corporate world. It's better you start your own business. It's important for you to be seen. How will you be seen? When you are there for your leaders, when you're there in office doing work. So people who are really successful in the initial 3, 4 years, they really did the best that they could. And once you do it, that's it. So the same thing happens in a class, right? I can remember or recall my 10th class. I used to sit in the front for 3 months, and the remaining 9 months in the year, I used to sit at the back. No one bothered to tell me you are sitting at the back. But my friends who used to start sitting from the back, even if they sat for 6 months in the front, the teacher thought these are naughty students. So it is all about impression. And first impression is the last impression is the right thing that has been said. But sir, I've seen third genders do not get much opportunities as others. Monica, see in India, you will have very limited organizations who will promote transgenders. But as we are moving towards global era, as we are moving towards globalization, a lot of companies are inviting transgender applications. For example, I know Godrej. I have worked with Godrej also. We used to hire third gender people. So it is not that third genders are not getting the opportunities. There are a lot of opportunities, but in limited companies for now. If you ask me after 6 months or 1 year, how many companies, the companies might be 12, 15, 20, 25, and they might go to 100. All right. Sheikh says, create the brand by yourself, by high level to be unique from others, be different from others. Absolutely. And this is not only in HR. This is, Sheikh, this is true for, I would say, every field. Any field that you get into, be the top performer. All right. And that is the reason why majority of you chose Three Idiots. Because the message in Three Idiots was, आप excellence के पीछे भागो, कामयाबी झक मार के आपके पीछे आती है. I hope you get the point. Okay, let me take questions. Yes. So Monica says yes, Sheikh says yes, absolutely. So you run after excellence, everything will follow you. And I'll take a very interesting example, right? If for the first 3 years I gave up my nights, I spent 12 hours in office. What is it giving me right now? The thing that it is giving me right now is leaders know that this person is a dependable person, is a responsible person. So I don't even have to go and ask for pay hikes. Everything comes to me naturally now. And there are people who are in the same department, but they're not getting everything on their own. The difference is in front of you. All right. Mohit says, the game industry also has HR. And if they have, do they have the same roles as other HR? The game industry, uh, Mohit, what do you mean by the game industry? Until then, I'll answer Khwaja. Khwaja, free jobs alert. I'll just type it here. Yeah, you can look this up on Google and they will tell you the website you have to go to. Okay. And then you can pick government jobs. So Mohit, game industry, if you can just mention HR's demand in every field, even in IT industry, HR position. Absolutely, Hardik. Absolutely. HR demand is always there. Please understand. And good HRs are people who are good business people, right? Good HR are those who are good business people. Do I understand the business? Past HR will never understand the business. But future HR, modern HR, they understand the business. I go and ask my business leader, how are you making money? Please tell me. What is it that we are doing that we are getting the money? When someone opens a normal Kiryana shop, they are selling a packet of chips for 20 rupees. The cost of that chip is 18 rupees, 1 rupee for the rent and overheads. So they are earning 1 rupee, right? That's very simple Kiryana shop model. I go and ask my business leader in the same manner. How is the company making money? He will tell me this is what we do and this is how we are making money. Then I will get into what department is supporting how is marketing supporting in making money, how are the call center people supporting in making money. So I get into all the details of how people make money, right? And that's how you partner with the business. So HR is not only about policies, you start understanding business. How will you understand business? Is when you ask questions. Okay, coming back, why culture and experience matter more than ever? Why is it that for 200 years, when companies were working, culture and experience was never important? And why it is important right now? So, what has happened is with the smartphone era, right? With the smartphone era, we have all become more knowledgeable. Sitting here in India, in a city, I know what is happening in USA. I know what is happening in Europe. So things are very transparent. I know what policies are getting followed in different countries, right? So the job satisfaction of employees, the measuring yard has gone really, really tough. So culture and experience is very important because A, job satisfaction, B, retention and performance. All right. I will retain good talent and I will make sure that they perform. All right. And last, customer and employee loyalty. See, everyone says AI will take jobs. AI will take jobs. Please understand, customer is human being, right? Then the person making the product for the customer or the service for the customer, even that is a human being. So you are managing human side of the entire ecosystem. So employee experience and customer service needs to be top notch, and for that, a culture and experience in the organization is important. Okay, all right. What does people make money by selling less rate for more people? I okay, we can Hardik Joshi. A good HR has to update itself what's going on in company about employee. Even in company I'm working, our HR team organized fun week on last day of it. Absolutely, Hardik, you're right. You're absolutely right. A good HR will create great culture in the company. Great culture. What is great culture? People ask what is great culture, and my answer is very simple. When I'm going to home after work, right? When I'm going, when I'm going to home after work, right? I feel happy that I'm going home. Do feel the same happiness when I'm going to work? The answer is maybe no. I'm only going to make money. That is what majority of the people think. When your employees start feeling happiness coming to work, I'm really excited to go to work. That's when you should feel the culture of the company is fantastic. And trust me, I have seen a lot of companies, right? A lot of companies where people love going to work too. Okay, moving on. Now we'll move to certain examples. Real world success, Google. So Google had a project by the name of Project Oxygen. All right. They had a lot of data. They understood what managers are doing, which is making sure people feel good or people are happy coming to work. All right. They understood, and this was only through data analysis. Then Google identified the right behaviors of the most effective managers, the best managers. How will I? Your question will be, how do I know which are the best managers? For me, best managers is in someone's team. If no one has left for 1 year, everyone talks really good about the manager. That means that manager is good. He's an effective manager. So now what I'll do? If I have 50 managers in the company and there are seven managers where people are so happy. I see happiness in their teams. No one is leaving. No one has left in the past 12 months. What will I do? I will start studying the behavior of those seven managers. What are they doing? They identified the behavior. Then what happened? They started ensuring that the similar behavior is reflecting in other managers. And that behavior was very simple. You promote well being, you encourage your employees or their employees to take week offs, you encourage the employees to take leaves, plan their leaves. The best managers, what they were doing was they were telling the employees in their team, you go for a 1 week vacation after 3 months. But in those 3 months, you work so hard and you achieve your results that you enjoy your best holiday. Now, what was happening? Employees had something to look forward to. We are all living in this world looking forward to something that after 1 month, my birthday is coming. After 15 days or after 20 days, I'm going home for Diwali. You're looking forward to something. So when you look forward to something, you are in good mood, right? So these are the certain things that these managers were doing specifically. Okay. Yeah, all right. Hardik says people forget that AI used by human being until you explain ChatGPT and AI tools what output you want. It absolutely right. I told you, right? I told everyone in this masterclass sometime back that it's not AI who is going to take jobs. It's people who don't know how to use AI. All right. Khwaja says, sir, can I HR do a work from job? I think Khwaja Yasuddin means, sir, can I HR do work from home job? Guys, please understand. See, work from home will go away, right? And our attitude needs to change. Work from home will go away because COVID restrictions are almost over now. A lot of companies, big companies like Deloitte, KPMG, they're calling people back to work. Some companies which had permanently given work from home are now calling them to work from office for 2 days. And HR is one profession where you can't work from home because as an HR you have to be there for your people. You have to be in the same office. If someone, if a manager and an employee is having a conflict, they are arguing. Can you solve it remotely? You can't. Can you solve it through work from home? You cannot. Someone has a question which is very personal. For that, they need a human face. So to answer your question, work from home will anyways get over within the next 1 year. So our expectation of work from home needs to finish completely. Okay, we'll move forward. All right. Now we are talking about culture. Culture is built by HR. HR is not admin. HR is modern HR. So you see what Netflix does. Netflix has a policy of unlimited vacation. You can take as many leaves as you want. All right. What does that mean? Understand why has a company given unlimited vacation policies? Then they have a keeper test where managers are asked, will you fight if an employee wanted to leave? So they wanted to check the manager's attitude also. All right. This trust and accountability. See, guys, I am just sharing real world examples with you. Google studied the behavior of the top managers. Netflix is giving free unlimited vacations. You go on unlimited vacations. They are asking managers, will you fight? Who fights the best for their employees? That's what the keeper test is. And we know Netflix is the best OTT platform. All right. Why? Because the culture is excellent. All right. So when you cultivate an environment where top performers are empowered and held accountable, Netflix significantly reduced attrition. People were really happy. Unlimited vacations, fantastic. I will now do 200% task. I will now work 300%. All right. Innovation in content started coming. The culture of freedom and responsibility directly fueled groundbreaking innovation. So when you give someone freedom, they will start thinking differently. Okay, let's move to the chat box. If HRs do work from home, how they identify the needs and problems of their employee. Employees have any problem, HR team will help. You're absolutely right, Hardik. You're absolutely right. HR has to be present. So, and this is for all the 33 people on the call. Please get this work from home out of your mind. Work from home was temporary, people availed it, but now it's getting over. And after 1 year, it will completely get over. Nazia asks, is there chance of increasing unemployment if everything is done by AI, as many of us don't know how to use it properly? Nazia, see, uh, I understand you don't know how to use AI, okay? But you are only saying this because you have not spent half an hour every day with AI. Download ChatGPT on your phone, okay? Start asking questions. Whatever you want to do. You can ask, I want to lose weight. What should I do? I want to make sure that I'm happy throughout the day. What should I do? Such simple, silly questions start asking. And suddenly, what will happen is after 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 2 months, you will start asking sensible questions. Start talking to ChatGPT. That's what I'm saying. Nothing else. You start talking to ChatGPT. When you talk to your best friend, do you ever say that I don't know how to talk to my best friend? And when you think your best friend, when you met that best friend for the first time, 1 2 months, there used to be challenges. You would have never been free with that best friend. It's all about getting into the mix first. Okay, start talking and talk about anything. Okay, so I've spoken about Netflix. They gave freedom. People started feeling more responsible. Okay, so there was a culture of freedom, there was a culture of appreciation at Google. People started doing things so much differently. They started, see, at the end of the day, we all are human beings, right? So, what makes me happy? Please understand what makes me happy. Anything which I love to do and I'm doing is what makes me happy. So, if I love to take vacations and I have an unlimited vacation policy, I'll be happy. I'll be doing things differently. Okay. Okay, we have another. Sheikh said, thank you, sir, for explaining basic example to understand good. Sheikh, see, my job here when I'm talking to you guys is to tell you the reality. Okay, I can come, I cannot look at the chat. A lot of speakers, what they do is they go through the entire PPT and at the end ask what are the question and answers. That's not how I operate. It's a real world we are living in. So whatever questions you have, I'll answer it with utmost reality. Thank you, Sheikh. I I appreciate that. So Nazia says, no, sir. I mean, if we are working in a company and everything is managed by AI, like accounts, some graphic design, etc. So who are professionally into it? They are actually not required for it. It's not like that. See, please understand. AI in any organization, AI is not doing 100% of the task. People are just being pushed to use AI. No role in India currently it has been replaced by AI. Please understand. No role. So if you're saying that, I'll again read your question. If you're working in a company and everything is managed by AI, like accounts, graphic design. So when you say graphic designs, someone has to put the input in the AI to generate graphic designs. All right. And once AI generates the graphic design, I have to check, are the designs correct? Is this what I want? If there is a change that I want, what is the change that I want? I will again go back to the AI and tell the AI, please change this. So AI is not completely doing anything. Humans are using AI. Okay. So Mohit says, sir, AI is like a child who only work with his mom or dad said to him do. Correct. He's absolutely right. Mohit is absolutely right. This is what I'm trying to tell you all. AI will not take the job. AI is actually like a child. And जिस child के mother और father अच्छे होंगे वही बढ़ेगा ना आगे. इन वेरी सिंपल प्लेन भाषा अगर मुझे आप लोगों को समझाना है तो मैं यही समझाऊंगा कि जिसके माता पिता अच्छे हैं उसी का तो बच्चा बेहतर बनता है जीवन में. तो वही है. AI is actually like a child. That's a very good example, Mohit. Okay, Cheshta is writing for the first time. I already talked with Chat GPT and it feels like I are talking with a friend. And the other side, I just saw news about Germany. It's not safe, so it's safe or not. Guys, see, any AI is storing your information, right? So either you completely become a ghost and stop using any of the digital devices, or you accept the fact that you will only share information that is safe to share. All right, no personal details, nothing, because obviously your information is getting stored somewhere. So is it safe or not? I will not answer that question. You are intelligent enough to not share private details with AI. Okay. Top gamer says, sir, can I ask you which type job? Business analyst. See, business analyst is a very fancy designation. Okay, I want to be a business analyst. Please understand what does a business analyst does first. Business analyst is good with numbers. Are you good with numbers? That's a question you need to ask. If you're good with numbers, are you good with commerce? Are you good with analysis? So once you ask those questions and you have answers to those questions, and then you apply for a business analyst job. So which type job nahi hota hai. It's business analyst is a role in itself. Okay. Earlier, computer literacy was a must for employment. Now, AI knowledge. Yeah, computer literacy, like I said, computer literacy uh, is still a top priority. But it's like now we expect 100% of the people to have computer literacy because the digital products are so easily and readily made available. Okay, let's move on, guys. You have questions? Please keep asking questions. I'm really liking how honestly you guys are asking questions. Okay, now we come to Infosys. Has everyone heard about Infosys? Okay. Yes. All right. I'm okay. I get a lot of yeses. The culture at Infosys is fantastic. You know why? They are not copying Google. They are not copying Netflix. Google identified good behavior and they were measuring everyone for the good behavior, right? Netflix gave freedom. What is Infosys doing? Infosys is not copying these people. Infosys focuses on learning and innovation. They develop talent. They invest so heavily in a talent. For example, I joined Infosys, 2 years I'm in Infosys. They will enroll me in a course. They will enroll me in a program so that I'm learning something. So they believe in lifelong learning. All right. So they believe in lifelong learning, and this is the culture that they promote, that you are learning lifelong. Okay. So with learning, what happens? There is a high employee engagement, a super high employee engagement. And when people are learning so much, employee engagement is at high. What will happen is digital transformation will happen. Okay. Moving on. Okay, let's look at the chart window. Okay, which thing more important, internship or 6 month certificate course for job receiver degree, sir? See, there is no correct answer to this. Okay, that is it, 6 months internship or 6 month certificate course or internship. I think what is important is internship. Okay, I think what is important is internship because internship will teach you the real life scenarios of a job. Okay, it will teach you how to do a job correctly. You will learn so many things which you will never learn in any of the courses because on the job training is about everything, theoretical and practical, a lot of difference. Okay, which website is good for skills development for taking the certificate of BCA degree? Sheikh, I will not have an answer for that. I think for me the best and economical is Udemy. Okay, so Udemy is a global organization which has its 200, 300 rupee courses as not courses, but I think training programs. You can explore that. But I will not have the right answer for you in terms of that. I would request you to connect with your professor or your SPOC at LPU. They'll be able to guide you the best. Okay, moving on now. So, guys, you have questions? Any questions? We still have around, yeah, 35, 40 minutes. So ask questions while I obviously run through the deck. Okay. All right. I have another. Okay. Now coming to another company. So we spoke about three companies. We spoke about Google, where they measure good behavior. Then we spoke about Netflix, where they give freedom and responsibility. Then we spoke about Infosys. They focus primarily on talent development, learning and development, right? Now, what does Tata does? Tata is a value-driven organization. Like one of you on the chat window said that now Ratan Tata ji is not there. What will happen? We all are waiting to see what will happen. And I'm very honest, we are all waiting to see what will happen. But 100 years of Tata and what happened? The most ethical business practices, employee welfare, the best. They focused on community development. Okay, their focus was on integrity, excellence, unity, and responsibility. Integrity, highest ethical standards they set. Okay, those were the highest ethical standards they set, and that's the reason no one wants to leave Tata. That's the reason Tata is the best in India. If you ever wish to go to Jamshedpur, you will feel it's a Tatapur. It's a Tata place. Okay, let's see. I have one chat. Okay, it's an interesting question. How to break the fear while we on the stage or before lack of people? I think Sheikh, see, and since I was a radio jockey as well, I can answer that question. How do you break the fear is all in your mind. Okay. If I get on the stage and I feel that the people who are sitting are just normal, common people, okay, that will give me confidence. And you don't have to look at people. The only place you have to look at is straight when you start. And once you start and get confidence, you start looking at it at everyone's eye. Okay. And any fear you will only break if you start. People who do not start because they fear will always be in fear. So it's important, get on a stage. If not as if not an audience of 100 or 200 people, get on a stage where there are 15, 20 people in the audience. Start talking, it'll give you confidence. Think about when you started to ride a bike or when you started to drive a car. There was a lot of fear, but suddenly the fear went away. Similarly, when we learned bicycling, there was a lot of fear, but the fears ran away. So it's important to face your fear and start. And it's okay to make mistakes. What are you fearing? 2 years back, you would have done something silly. People would have laughed. Do you meet those people right now? You do not. So we are always living in the moment that no, what will people think? I am not going to meet those people ever. So let them think whatever they want to think. Have that kind of an attitude. Okay? The only people that should matter to you are your parents and your better half. That's it. No one else. Not even your siblings. So once you get this thing out of your mind, I don't care what people think about me, you will get that confidence. Khwaja is asking, sir, can you please tell me about each MBA specialization to know to take for a better future knowledge? See, Khwaja, it's important for you to first understand what you want to do, what you are good at. Like I said, if you're good at numbers, if you love to work with numbers, then take finance. If you think you can sell something, then you take sales and marketing. Marketing is a very complex subject, right? Marketing will always involve a product being put in the market in a very fancy manner. So if you think you can do that, you take marketing. If you think you're good with processes, you take operations, right? If you think you're good at talking to people, at influencing people, at communicating with people, or at understanding emotions better, then you take up HR. So it's important to understand what you are good at, what you feel like doing, what you want to do, right? If you love to talk, take up HR or marketing, right? So we have spoken about Tata. There's another company, Zappos. They sell sneakers, shoes. So what they do? This is another thing that they do. And please understand, this is the fourth company I'm talking about, and none of the companies copied each other. So culture in every company is different. Zappos, a company that successfully built its entire business around a unique culture. Their approach prioritized customer service and employee happiness above all else. Okay. This unconventional philosophy, including famously offering new hires $2,000, $2,000 at today's price is 1.6 lakh rupees. They offered new hires 1.6 lakh rupees to quit if they didn't feel the culture was the right fit. So they gave a new hire 1.5 lakhs. And why did they give? If the new joiner felt that I'm not liking it. Imagine how much confidence they had on their culture. All right. And that culture was nothing but having a very transparent communication system. No one had fear of anyone. Okay. So please understand every company will have different culture. None of the cultures are same, but they are thinking differently. And at the end of the day, what they are thinking, it's very simple. How my people will be happy. All right. Okay. So Mohit Kumar is asking in which state is the company. See, Zappos is an international company, right? And it's an American online shoe brand, what I can remember, Mohit. And it's not a very old company. It's around 25, 26-year old company. And it was such a good company that Amazon acquired it in 2010, around 10 or 11, right? So it's an American company. It's not an Indian company. Okay, moving on. All right. So, guys, before now, I have a small activity. Yeah. So, I have a small activity which we can do on the chat group. I want each one of you to pay attention. Okay, what we are going to do is I will just write some words. Okay, I'm going to write few words and then I'll ask you what needs to be done. Chesta is asking, can we do internship in first year of BBA? Absolutely, you can do that. If your college or your university allows you, you can do it. So I will share an example, and this is a very interesting example about myself only. So I was doing my BBA. So I did my BBA in graduation. Okay, so I did my BBA in graduation, and in my second year, and I was preparing for my CAT exams. I was in my second year when I was preparing, and while I was preparing, and the center was Career Launcher in north of India. I saw on the board that work part time, right? I went to them, I asked them, what is this work part time? Because I needed pocket money. They said, work from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., become a student counselor. Now, my college did not allow me because I was in second year. Generally, colleges allow in final year. Nowadays, some colleges allow in second year, but back then they did not allow it. And I'm talking about 2010, 11. So, what happened? I used to I used to study till 2:30 and then 3 o'clock I used to start my part-time job. And after BBA, that part-time job became a full-time job because I got a better role in the same company at Career Launcher. So to answer your question, internship you can do anytime. If there is an evening internship, if there is an internship that you can actually do after your course, or you can talk to your college that can I take out time and do internship, you can do that, Sheshta. All right. Okay, now coming back to the activity. So you see these words that I've just written. All right. If you had to choose your top two career priorities, what would they be? Okay. I want everyone to think about it for 2 minutes while I go get some water. I want everyone to think for 2 minutes and write down the top two career priorities out of this list: flexibility, growth, recognition, well being, culture, security. So I will again explain the question. You want to make a career? What are your priorities? आपको वो कौन सी दो चीजें चाहिए अपने करियर से, अपनी अगले जॉब से? इन छह में से वो आप लिखिए प्लीज. यू कैन स्टार्ट राइटिंग. If the question is not clear, you can ask me. Oh, wait. Sorry. Let me write it again. I had only written to the host. My bad. So, if there are career priorities, मैं अगली जॉब में एचआर मैनेजर बनूंगा, तो मुझे ये दो चीजें चाहिए इन छह चीजों में से. मैं अगर फाइनेंस मैनेजर बनूंगा, मुझे ये दो चीजें चाहिए. ठीक है, प्लीज राइट. आई जस्ट गो गेट सम वाटर. जस्ट गिव मी 1 minute. यू हैव 1 minute टू थिंक एंड राइट.
The students who have not heard the question, so I would just repeat the question for them. The top two career priorities.
Yes, so I think it has everyone written. Okay, let's read it. Interesting. Well-being and growth, culture security, growth recognition, growth and security, culture security, flexibility culture, growth culture, growth. Okay, growth. Okay, quite interesting. I think this is a very interesting response I have received. Great. See, thank you, everyone, for writing down. See, please understand, every option that you choose has a meaning. All right. If, and I'll talk from an HR standpoint. If your priority is growth, all right, you think about L&D roles, learning and development. Think about it. What was the objective? What was the objective of this entire exercise? As an HR, if my priority is growth, I will make people grow. So you will be really good at learning and development, which means making people grow. If recognition is the priority, you celebrate people. So you are a good people manager if you get into HR. I'm only talking about an HR standpoint, HR lens. Flexibility, well being, you will be really good at policy designs, employee experience design. Okay, please understand. So, culture. Culture means engagement. So, for you, the priority is engagement. And if you get into HR, you will be really, really good at engaging people. So for you, whatever the priorities are out of these six options, and if you want to make a career for yourself, growth is equal to learning and development. All right. Recognition is equal to celebrating people, which means rewarding people. Flexibility, well being is equal to policy and employee experience. All right. Culture is equal to employee engagement. Right. So it is important to understand that if your priority is growth, I will make people grow. I will grow myself through L&D, right? Now we have spoken about culture, we have spoken about certain aspects of how different companies are doing, what they are doing. जो मैंने starting of the session में कहा था, है क्या, करना कैसे है, how do we do it? We'll spend now the last 20 minutes talking about that. Okay, moving on. So if you want to become an HR leader, okay, I have something on the chat board, security. Oh, you're right, Shruti. Security is equal to data analytics, all right, which means people analytics. Thanks for pointing that out, Shruti. Security is equal to data people analytics. Data is the most secure thing in any HR's role. So you can be an HR analyst, or you should try for an HR analyst if security is something that you're looking at as a key objective. Okay, moving on. What are the essential skills for tomorrow's HR leader? A, strategic influence and storytelling. You need to communicate well. Introvert, extrovert, I don't care. You need to be a good storyteller. Introverts are also good storyteller. Okay, you use logic and emotion to drive decisions. You do not only look at numbers. I told you, you look at emotions of people. You look at data literacy and analytics. So you are speaking the language of data. Okay, you measure program outcome. Attrition is equal to losing people. Improving productivity is different. It means every person needs to perform well. So you make transparent, data backed decisions and coaching and leadership development. As an HR leader, if you get into HR, you want to become an HR leader, आप coaching और leadership development करते हैं. आप managers को coach करते हो. Please understand. All right. Modern HR offers diverse opportunities to shape the future of work. To find your ideal path, let's consider what truly matters to you in a career. आपको क्या मैटर करता है? Someone wrote work from home. So, flexible work and autonomy, hybrid choices, work life integration. So, what drives you in HR? Again, coming back, क्या drive करते हो? Rapid growth and development, supportive leadership, fair pay and recognition, holistic well-being, purpose-driven culture, visible appreciation, job security and ethics. Please understand, this is a career compass. जैसे होता है ना हमारा compass होता है. You have north, south, west, east. Similarly, what is it that drives you in HR? You look at these options and then you decide what is it that drives me. Supportive leadership drive करता है मुझे. Am I looking for managers who are empowering or mentoring me? समझे? Fair pay. Is everyone getting paid fairly? Is that what matters to me in HR? Modern HR offers diverse opportunities to shape the future of work. Please, again, I'm reading. To find your ideal path, I'm talking about you as an individual. These are the priorities that should matter in your career. Okay? Shaping the employee journey. Wait, yeah. Let's look at this slide. Head of HR. See, it's a very, I would say, an honest question. Head of HR is basically someone who controls the entire people processes. Okay, what are people processes? So in a company, there are 50 people working, right, Sheikh? Now those 50 people, they have to abide by rules and regulations. What are rules and regulations? Policies. They have to make sure they are disciplined. Okay, they are disciplined. Who will discipline them? The HR. So, to answer your question, the slide is really beautifully set up. All right. HR, what is it in HR? I'll break the HR into four parts. Talent acquisition. Talent acquisition is recruitment. Okay. For example, you have your own company. Think like that. You have your own company. What is the first thing you need to start a company? You need people to come in your company. Now you need to hire 30 people in your company to start. Who will hire those 30 people? The recruiters, the talent acquisition team will hire. Okay, it's a part of HR. Now, the talent acquisition will not hire any 30 people. They will look at the best 30 people because it is your company, right? It is your company. So they'll look at the best people. I need very good finance people. I will look at CVs. I will take interviews. I will do everything to make sure good people are coming. So that talent acquisition team is doing. Then comes people partner. Now the talent acquisition has got those 30 people. What will those 30 people do in a company? The people partner or the HR business partner comes into picture. They will make sure that someone who starts the work in the company ends the work in the company, right? They are feeling good. They are feeling really happy. Okay. Now, those people that have been hired, the company employees that have been hired, they will abide by policies. They will make sure that the culture is good. Now, the people have come in the company, they are working, policies are good, everything is good. How will they learn? The learning and development team comes in. That is also HR. And you will have different people in these departments. Talent acquisition will be different, people partner will be different, learning and development will be different, right? You are taking care of their upskilling, giving them certifications, and then people analytics. People analytics is okay, now I have 10 people working in the company. 30 people, sorry, 30 people are working in the company. How well they are working, who's coming when, okay? So people analytics team. Now to answer your question, all these people, all these people report into one person, that is the head of HR. So the head of HR will have all these teams. Okay. There are so many new roles that are coming. There is even chief happiness officer, which is coming. There is a people analytics lead role that is coming. These roles were never there. Employee experience designer. What does an employee experience designer do? Employee experience designer's only focus is to make sure the employee who's working here is happy, is feeling happy. Okay. Looking at the questions, let's see the questions. Sir, how to represent yourself as a good one in front of HR? See, I told you, Deepika, it's very important to come across as someone who has a lot of fire, who has a lot of energy. I will get it done. Even if you don't know the answer, say, sir, ma'am, in an interview, if there is a question that is asked, you should say, sir, ma'am, I do not know the answer right now. Okay. But I can learn. You can coach me. I am a very good learner. And I'm really sorry I don't know the answer. But it's an honest. See, here, chances of getting hired are so high. Why? Because you are honest. B, you have fire to learn. Even if you don't know, you have that fire to learn. And an HR will always see an attitude. That's it. What is the attitude of the person? Okay. Sheikh Molana says, okay, sir, for spending more time to me, sir. Thank you. Guys, it's a pleasure for me to be able to, interact with you. And even if I have made small difference in how you think, I think in this 2 hour session, we have really, really come a lot. Okay. So what are the key takeaways? The key takeaways are evolving focus. HR is transforming into a strategic functions, which is centered around people, culture, and experience. It is future-proof careers. The field offers vast and future-proof career opportunities. And when I write future-proof, which means AI is not going to take an HR's job. All right. Success in modern HR demands a lot of empathy, data proficiency, and creative problem solving. to generate any impact. Okay, guys, thank you so much for this session. We will spend the remaining 5-10 minutes in the questions you have. Please share your questions because it's very important, whatever sort of questions that are there that come to my mind, I can ask. All right, I see people writing. What is the question? I hope the session was good. You guys uh, enjoyed, you guys learned something. If there are things that you guys did not learn, enjoy, you can mention that. If applying for HR, what certification? See, there are no specific certifications that are required. All right, there are no specific certifications that are required. What is required is your understanding of HR. MBA in HR you can do. You can do any certification and course. And the easiest way to get into HR is become a recruiter. All right. Thank you. I see a lot of good things being written. How to maintain consistency through the work search. See, it's very important to have your discipline. All right. 1 year of discipline, and that becomes your habit. Anything that you do for 21 days becomes your habit. Imagine you do something for 1 year. If I come to office at 10:30 and I leave at 7:30, since my first day, it's become a habit. People ask me, why do you spend so much time? I said, it's my habit. I want to work hard. These are my career options. These are my career opportunities. I want to, you know, uh, take it with both my hands. None of my HR peers of my experience have won an award. I won an award. And I did not do anything differently. I was very, very disciplined. That's it. That's what you need to focus on, discipline and honesty. Even if you start your own work, even if you don't want to work in a company, your company will only and only, if you open your company, your company will only be successful, my dear friends, if you are disciplined and you give your 200%. All right. And this is exactly what is needed in corporate or in any role. If you are getting interviewed, if you want to make the job cut, you have to come across as someone with a lot of fire and attitude. I will do it. I will get this done. How to delete the option of the negative in the mind? My last question. See, your mind is like a bank. So you can put coins, you can put notes, rupee notes. So don't think about negative. Negative thoughts stay with us for a long time. All right. This session was very informative and helped me learn a lot more about HR than we knew before. So thank you for taking out your time to explain us everything. Thank you, Shania. Please fill the feedback form. That feedback will really, really help a lot of individuals like me. Okay. So difference between hard work. See, Hardik, it's a blend of both. Smart work. Once you learn how to do hard work and you have perfected the art of hard work, smart work can happen side by side. But only doing smart work will never take you places. In any stream, right? Even in cricket, talent will not take you anywhere. Your hard work will. There were a lot of talented cricketers who did not get to play for India for 5, 7, 10 years. But then there were hardworking people who really played for the country, right? And it is applicable for every field. Please understand. Sir, take another session to us with you. Oh, Sheikh, I'm really, really honored. Hopefully, yes, I will take a session. That's the reason I'm telling you. Fill the feedback form. Maybe I get to take a session next. I will share my LinkedIn ID. You guys can follow me on LinkedIn. I keep posting stuff. All right. This is my LinkedIn ID. You guys can follow me. Uh, I think that's about it. I can hand it over to the host now. Thank you for this session. It was a real nice interaction through the chat windows. Thank you so much for inviting me.
Thank you so much, sir. I would say that was an enriching kind of session. Students have learned a lot of from you, and they have learned a different version of the HR, that how they should not be just going with the conventional way of HR. So, on behalf of the students, on behalf of the CDOE, I will take this privilege to thank you for this insightful session. And yes, in the coming time, we look forward for a session again with you, which will be an enriching experience for the students. They will be joining us again and having a vibrant kind of learning environment from your side. And we look forward for future sessions, which will be a trademark for us. And thank you once again. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. I wish all the best, guys. I will see you very, very soon. Thank you. Thank you,
But one
everyone.
thing I would like to say from
Yeah.
my end, that the way you have patiently addressed all the questions from the students, I would say that really uh, depicts that how an HR is there, and how the HR has to be cooperative, the patience should be there, and how they have to make a very nice culture around them. So thank you so much, sir. I also
Thank
learned a
you.
lot from this session.
Thank you. The pleasure is all mine. I have a lot of things that you can learn from. So I'll be really honored to again take a session. I'm really happy with this session. Thank you so much, guys. Signing off. Good night.
Thank you so much,
Thank
sir.
you.
Okay, students, one last announcement. If you have not filled the feedback form, please fill up the feedback form. It will be very important for us. So in the coming time, we can have an idea what kind of sessions you are looking forward to, and how was the experience for this particular session. And I'm sharing it again with you.